Hey, Ito. How you doing, buddy? Oh, doing pretty good. Got the pocket bomb today. Crazy. Hey, I know how that goes. Cyrus did, buddy. Cyrus Shaw. Uh, he's more of a lurker, I do believe. I can name them off. I don't got the stuff out with me. I written them all down, but Samuel Giles Navy flag, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Make it 10 times easier on everybody. Yes, Sheetal. Oh, I'm gonna try not to make nobody dizzy. You guys like that for a second? Give me a second here. Let me grab my coffee real quick. Let me flip my light on. Yeah, you're correct, Utah. People are generous in the YTPC. RD. How you doing, RD? Can opener. Screwdriver. Hey, RD. Got the pocket bomb today. Cool. Nightcap. Hey, Utah, you still around? Oh. Okay. Here we go. This is what came today. I done made a video on it. But I'll show you guys. Missouri Meerschaum Company Country Gentleman. never been opened. If you could tell me what that is right there, it says 10-1019 gap 17. I have no clue what that means. Next up, South Pipe Club is at Mississippi River Special Reserve, dated 2018. Big chunk. Hey John. How you doing, brother? Hey John. I got look. Mississippi River Special Reserve 2018, big chunk. Matter of fact, I'll show you. Look at that big chunk of Mississippi River Special Reserve, guys. Oh, big old, looks like a big old chunk of brownie. If I was able to eat that without getting sick, I would. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's a little bit better than the regular Mississippi River RD. I had both. See what else. Next up, Drew Estate Meat Pie. This goes clear back 2013. As a matter of fact, if it'll let me show it. Oh, wait. There's more. But I'm going to save one for last. Goat and Hogarth Broken Scottish Flake, dated back 2018. I will not open these bags up until it's ready. Oh, I smell that one. But wait, there's more. This is dated back to 2014, and I probably won't smoke this until later. Hey, TX, guys, ready? This is no longer in production, and a lot of people want to get their hands on this. Vintage Caesarean, 2014. That's gonna be put up. I already went through 2 tins. I'm gonna put that one up. But wait, hold on here. 2018 order, half and half. Well, happy birthday, TX. 29 and holding. But last and not least, this is Samuel Gowanth, Navy Flake, 50-gram tin. I don't see no date on this. Yeah, I do. Whoop. Let me flip around the other way so I can see it. Only thing it is 19. It may be possibly a 258. That's the only thing I know. So, and I could tell it's never been cracked, never been opened. It's going to be kind of a short live tonight, guys, because I got to be up by 8:30 in the morning. Has anybody ever had the Drew Estate meat pie? Because I really don't want to go on tobaccoviews.com. Because sometimes tobaccoviews.com is something else. Yeah, RD. Hey, TX, I don't got nothing to drink tonight, but this weekend, Saturday night, I'll drink one for you. Because I'm going to pick me a couple up. This here, I'm dying to try this, because I've been wanting to try this. And it's been awful itchy. So this here will most likely will go into a jar, the vintage Assyrian, and be put up. Something fell on my forearm. What it was? Oh, my screwdriver. But yeah, I will do another review on the Special Reserve. It's been like 3 years since I've done the Mississippi River. I just got a small sample. I never got a chunk like this before. TX, I'm jealous. You're drinking wild turkey. And the Scottish Broken Flake. There's like this one right here. The flake, the Scottish flake, this here. The Navy. They're all new to me, guys. So some of this stuff I never had before. So if I keep getting more tobaccos, I'm going to get me a bigger bag. Because this is where I keep all my tobaccos in, guys. So just in case I got somebody here or something. You know, if somebody happens to come in, they can't walk away with it. Yeah, TX, I never heard of that before, or the Sam McGaw at Navy flight. They're all new to me. But he was generous enough to send it, and I was supposed to get it tomorrow. I was supposed to get this tobacco stuff tomorrow, but it came today in my mail. And I'm supposed to have maybe 1 or 2 more coming there already. So now I gotta go pick up more jars of which I can go over to the Dollar Tree and get jars like this for $1. So I'm seriously thinking loading the Bowl of Hunter bookshop up. Yeah, RD, I go to the Dollar Tree to get jars and stuff like that. People say, well, why don't you just go to Walmart? I said, look, if you think about it, if you go to Walmart and you get 10 jars in a package, hi Patch, if you get 10 jars, say like for 10 something, figure it out, they're going to be $1 a piece, $1 something, $1 some change. Now I gotta pick up a marker up too, so I can mark this. So this coming Friday, this coming Friday, I will probably either do a review on them turning around here. It might help. The Country Gentleman by the Missouri Meerschaum Company and a corn cob, not the Friday Bulldog, or Sam McGaw Navy Flake. I'll probably do one of these 2 Friday. I haven't debated on which one yet. Of course, this week and weekend is Easter week. And usually my reviews, some of them are spot on. Sometimes they're not, just depends on, especially with the new blend. Now if I had it before, then, you know, now I take a regular pop bottle and run it into a water bottle. Because every time I drink coffee anymore now, it just hurts my kidneys, so I gotta flush my system out. Or I'll be up all night peeing in the river. But anyways, today's been a good day, long day. Yeah, it sure is good water. Every time I drink that, it reminds me of the movie Waterboy. Every time I drink it. Every time I drink it, it makes me think of the Waterboy. So what y'all smoking tonight? Yes, sir, TX. Yes, sir. Foosball is of the devil. Harry, I can't, Harry, I can't think of his last name. He used to play Vons. He plays the coach on that movie. And then Jerry Reed plays the opposite coach. Good old Nightcap. That's the next one's on my list. Then he winds up dating night. He plays football and he winds up dating night one chick. That's the best movie I've ever watched. I could sit there and watch it 1,000 times and it'll never get old. I'm going to have to rehydrate this on the bookshop before long. Yeah, that movie was a good movie though. Always ride, not ride motor all the time. That reminds me of a few people around here doing it. I used to do it. Yeah, I used to take a riding mower. I used to ride around town, well, where I used to live. And, no, not anymore. Side though. Not anymore. Side, I mean, it's... You can't find a good, decent movie nowadays. I think after the... Vitamin N. What's that, RD? Now, I think they started quitting making good, decent movies after about the mid-90s. And after that, everything just went downhill. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Hard D. Smoke it all day. Doesn't bother me on the nicotine. Well, I have to watch how much I smoke, though. I'll be going around like old Muhammad Ali used to say. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I'll be floating alright. Smoking in my old trusty Medico Crust, shape number 11 apple. My trusty pipe that I smoke this pipe more than my other ones. I smoke this more than my Savinelli. Armageddon's good. You'll have some pretty good too. Now on my TV I got the Antenna channel. It's called Antenna channel. Antenna TV. Where they show the older shows far as like the Jeffersons, Different Stroke, them type of the old sitcoms. But the movies, like the old, Armageddon, the movie, and then if you go by the movie or the old TV shows, they want to sometimes, if it's vintage or whatever. Exactly, RD. Exactly. I watch the Waltons every day, TX. Believe it or not. Whenever I get the chance. Now, I push to go help this guy in the morning about all day, but if the weather's saying it's calling, we may not do much. Yep. Because I'm a little old-fashioned when it comes down to movies. Because I like to sit down from a hard day or a rough day, take a good pipe or a cigar, choice of drink, whatever, adult beverage or whatever. If you knew that pipe's going to smoke at least a half an hour to an hour or more, or you may have to do it twice, whatever. Well, I like to sit down, grab a pipe, get everything that I need before the movie starts, and sit down, relax, watch a movie, and smoke a pipe or a cigar. Take my time. Usually on here, I'm puffing like a freak train because I'm talking, trying to keep the pipe lit. I put my Savinelli up, but I make this my official desk pipe where I'm at, or my roundhouse outside pipe, in which, there we go. Between this pipe and my Dr. Greybow Royal Duke half rusticated bulldog, between them two pipes I'll smoke. Usually my Greybow is my evening pipe. Usually. And then I'll alternate that between this one. I'll smoke the Greybow. Then I'll usually load this one up because it's got a smaller bowl to it, which I kind of like it. Fits the hand just right. Exactly, TX. Hey, RD, if the price was right on the Greybow, I would have pulled the trigger. If the price was right. Especially if it was an estate. And a lot of them guys that sells them estate pipes. Oh, I understand, RD. Let me think. The Omega. I'm not sure which Greybow it is. I had the Prince shaped one. It was rusticated. Wore that pipe out so bad that I couldn't fix the stem no more. And I accidentally busted the shank on it. Oh, I cried. I thought it was about right there for the Omega pipes. They sell them up here for like $34.99. But sometimes I'll just sit here. I'll have my TV going. Sometimes I'll just skip the Grayboe. Believe it or not. You just have to test the water to see which blend works better than what pipe. That's why a lot of guys dedicate. Now, like my Peterson and my Banana pipe, they're both dedicated to Virginias. And Virginia, one's dedicated to straight Virginias, the other's dedicated to Virginia Vapors. But once in a great while, I might switch a blend in them. Just depends what mood I'm in. I got pipes here. Usually they're supposed to be a 7-day rotation. Supposed to give your pipes a 24-hour rest. But I just pick a. Do I have a favorite blend? Yeah, Balkan, like Downhill Door Bar. Any English blends, that's as long as it's not Latakia bombed, that you could just taste it. RD, I don't have any dedicated pipes. Only one pipe was dedicated to English blends. It was the pipe that was sent to me, that was custom made by Chase Montone, the Bayou Guru. That guy paid for and sent to me. That's the only pipe that's dedicated. Other than my pipes, I smoke whatever I feel like smoking in them, really. Hey, Jose. But yeah, just like the Haunted Bookshop. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, the Latakia bombs, the highest I'll go on Latakia is maybe about 50%. I have tried the 75% Latakia in a blend before, and it was like too overpowering for me. But if it's 50% or less, I'm good. Because to me, if it's Latakia bombed, the Latakia to me is overpowering the other components is in that blend. That's just my opinion. Hey, RD, if I were you, I'll work up to maybe 25% and see how much of that Latakia you like. Then work yourself up to maybe 50% Latakia. And if the 50% Latakia is a little bit too strong for you, go cut back down. Cut it back down. That's what I do. Anytime I get any Latakia, now I know any Latakia blends, now I already had them, I don't have a problem. Because I know how much is in that blend. But if I know it's a Latakia blend, and I never had it before, I'll be checking tobaccoviews.com. I'll be checking how much percentage that's in there, and what all else is in there. Oh, RD. Help me out, TX. Cause I have so many blends that power cake. I've been told that it's got it. It's not a kid bomb. Okay, Jose, hold on here, bub. Jose. Missouri Meerschaum country gentlemen. Garth and Hargarth. Broken Scottish Flake. Hey, Cyrus. Hey, Cyrus, thank you. You surprised me today. You very surprised me with that yabo. There's a couple of these blends I haven't had yet, so rest of them I had. Hey, Cyrus, this is one of them that it really. I had this before. This has been like 3 years ago, maybe 4. It's the Mississippi River Special Reserve. That's a big chunk. I told the guys earlier that looks like a big old brownie. If I can eat that without getting sick, I'll be alright. This is the one right here. The last one I had, Cyrus, it was just a small sample. I never had a big chunk sample like this before, but I knew to cut something off on it. I told the guys earlier that I had to finish the Syrian in tins. And my big mistake was I never kept any back. Well, good thing you sent me some. Cause I was gonna go. It's gonna stay something like this in the Ziploc bag. And it's going to a jar, and I'm gonna mark it. The date. Same thing you put on these, and it's going to be put up. And it ain't going to be smoked. The only time I ever smoke that is maybe on special occasions, maybe my birthday or whenever. But other than that, I told the guys earlier, this is why I keep my tobaccos in. I said, if I keep getting any more, I'm going to have to get a bigger bag. Put it in. And the reason why I do that is because if somebody happen to come to my house, they see it sitting out, even though I keep it in this thing here, I just don't want them to get kind of nosy, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was surprised on that there, Cyrus. I really appreciated that. I wasn't expecting those type of tobaccos though, but there's a couple in there. There's the half and half. It's since everybody knows what half and half is, so I ain't gonna do no reviews on that. TX, around here, you have to watch people because you never know what somebody's gonna be. These guys around here, that's why I keep my mouth shut. Now I tell you guys. But around here, I have to kind of keep my mouth shut because of people. It's because if they know you got tobacco, they'll be knocking on your door wanting some. And that's one of the reasons why I keep it. That's the reason why all my tobaccos are in this, except for my 100 bookshop. And I won't. I just like my neighbor here yesterday. Prime example. That's why I told him. He says, Jeff, I said, what? You got any tobacco? No. I don't like to lie. Which I do. And I said, Mark, if I did have any, I said, I can't give you none. I said, I can't. How can I do it? I can't support your habit. Or something like that. I said, because this way I look at it. You guys send me something. You're doing it out to goodness of your heart. You know what I'm saying? And, you just can't be giving it out and expect the same person. You know, just like me, for instance. Exactly, Patches. Exactly. It's like, I'm not these guys' tobacco distributor. They got in other words, these guys got, my neighbor, he's got income coming in. Majority of these guys got an income coming in. They can afford it. They can go out here and get it. You see what I'm saying? People like me is struggling and don't got no income. I'm out here trying to make $1. It's like tomorrow I'm going to go work with this guy all day. I'll be lucky to make maybe $50, $60, but that $50, $60 goes on stuff here at my place, like food, district wood, you know, the necessities that I need. And I have to wash my clothes. Yes, TX, I agree with you. He says nobody in the YTPC is asking people to send them stuff, and that's what makes it special and kind. I agree with him 110% because let me tell you something. I had to me numerous times where somebody will send me a yabo without even saying not a word to me. Not one word. And I'll look up and I'll see it's from so-and-so, and I'm thinking, well, how did they get my address? You know. And I don't mind it. You know. If somebody wants to send me something, go ahead. I'm not going to argue with you. But this way I look at it too. Don't hurt yourself on it. In other words, if you send me something, make sure that you got it plenty for yourself, because I'm the type of person to tell you, don't cut yourself short. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because I have people send me stuff, or it could be like on my live, or one of my videos. They say, "Hey Jeff, what's your mailbox?" Okay, because usually I'll tell somebody, let me know when you're sending that out. And give me approximate date time, or day or time, or well, what day it's going to be here. Because my mail runs between 11:30 and 12:30. It depends. Well, between 11 and 12:30, no later than 1. But if you kind of let me know ahead of time, say, hey, Jeff, this so-and-so day, expect it. So, I mean, I don't got a problem with somebody sending me anything. Just make sure that you got plenty for yourself. And I'm a type of person that I don't take advantage of anybody, and I don't used to. Yeah, that cold blood red moon. Nah, it's a cherry blend. Good thing Dan's not in the house, because Dan don't like cherry blends. But I mean, now, as far as aromatics go, I like Birdie Light without a bite. Anything's got like vanilla or caramel to it, rum or maple, stuff like that. Yeah, I like a few aromatics. But I've outgrown it since when I first started smoking the pipe. I can understand that, TX, you know. I had a neighbor years ago, this when I was a kid. Now, this when I was probably back in 85, 84, 85, I can remember. My dad used to run around with this guy. He had a junkyard just right across the street from us. And he always drank it. Well, he always smoked cigars, but his dad always smoked the pipe. If you guys remember the old coffee cans, the tin coffee cans, the old tin ones, he used to keep about maybe 5 or 6 pipes in there, and he'll set them up there like this. And they'll be leaned in that old coffee tin, like this. He couldn't hardly speak. I couldn't understand why he couldn't talk. But he could say hi. He was an older type gentleman. I don't know if he had a stroke or what happened. Because back in the day, they never, if it was a dog talk, they'll tell you kids go outside and play. So they never spoke of the health issues to us kids. But I think he smoked the old half and half all the time, because every time I walked into the house, it had that aroma. So I got so fascinated by it. So over the years, you know, at the age of 5, I was out there drinking the beer and smoking half of a cigar. My mom used to fit. My dad didn't care. My dad would give it to me. But if they did that today, they'd say, well, that's alcohol. Well, that's child abuse or this, that, and the other. But back then, shoot, we didn't care. My dad used to always tell my mom, well, that's one way to clean his flushing his kidneys out. You should not be giving that beer to that boy. I can still hear it still this day. My mom be pointing that finger. You should not. I can hear. You know better. He's not that. My dad used to say it ain't gonna hurt the boy any. You know, I'll be sitting there puffing on that cigar, and cause the guy that he was running around with, he was smoking cigars. I forget what brand he smoked. Yes, RD, those were the days, man. And he'll smoke it down to about that much. And he'll hand it down to me. He says, "Here, Jeff, smoke out." About that time, Mom's smoking on that bad boy, and my dad says, "Here, Jeff, have a beer." Oh, cool, RD. And then on Sundays, my mom was a firm believer going to church on Sundays. Bless her. So one Sunday I begged to stay home with Dad. Mom says, "No, Jeff, you're not staying home because your dad, you know what your dad's going to be doing. He's going to go with Don and they're going to go drinking. And you don't need to be around Dad." So finally I begged, and finally Dad pipped up and says, "Now, Margaret, now let the boy stay home for once." So we had this old bar. I'm trying to think the name of it. Diamond Grill was across the street. The Village Pump was down over the hill towards the creek. Oh, I can't think the name of the bar now, but we went in there and yeah, RD, this day and age, you're doing the right thing. You know, I mean, it ain't like it used to be when we was growing up as kids. We got basically almost half the stuff. If we did have the stuff now, this society would go plumb crazy. They'll go plumb nuts on us. You know, I won't forget it. We walked in the back way. Well, we walked up. Well, Dad went ahead and got his usual table, and I went up to the bar with Don. Well, Don told the guy, because Don knew I liked root beer. And I still drink root beer still this day. I got down a bag of chips. Next thing I know, I was just about halfway through. And I was about halfway through drinking my root beer and almost ate the chips because my mom in. Boy, she wasn't mad at me. She wasn't mad at me. Because at that time, I didn't know any better. She was more or less mad at my dad. And she told my dad, my dad's name's Crunks. She says, "Crunks," she says, "when you get home," she says, "I'm going to have a word with you." Well, every time my dad got drunk, he'll sit there and laugh. He'll laugh. As long as he didn't start a fight with him. You could sit there and drink beer with him all day long. Wouldn't have a problem with him. Well, later on that afternoon, well, I say it probably wasn't even 20 minutes later, here comes my dad and Don. Well, I was outside playing, and Dad told Don, he says, "Give me about 15 minutes. He said, I'll be back out." And, well, Don was just pulled up in his record. Well, I went in and I looked up Don and I said, this ain't going to be good. He says, I know. He says, I know your mom's going to give him a ripping. And you could just hear them in there. Dad raised his voice, but not yelling. You know, he kind of raised it up a little bit. But I can remember it still this day. I told you wait till I got home from church, then he went out and drank. But instead of that, you guys took off with him. You know that you could have got us in trouble for that. Blah blah blah. You know, my dad says, yeah. But he says, come on, Margaret. And he says, the boy wasn't doing nothing. He was me. He wasn't drinking nothing but root beer and a bag of chips. See, but that wasn't the point, you know. The M4 is pretty good. The M4 is pretty good. I mean, it's alright. And I don't got the book in front of me. Have you guys ever tried the Drexel? Like Drexel 8? But yeah, that's the only time I've ever... I mean, yeah, my mom and dad would argue. But not to the point to where it's a shouting match. Hands and fists flying type argument. I mean, they had their spats, but I mean, they did what they could. I mean, they did what they could with their kids. Yeah, our D truck is pretty good, but it's just the small square flakes. Because when I got something sent to me and I looked it up and it said flakes, well, when I opened it up, it's just the small square flakes. There's like 2 stacks of them. Like, what the heck? What? Yeah, I know my dad, he was an alcoholic, but here's how my dad always worked. He made sure the bills was paid, the roof over our kids' head, and food on the table before he done any drinking. But most generally when he went out, he didn't hardly have to pay for any alcohol. He always told his buddies, well, I'm broke, which Dad had money on him, but he always told his buddies he's broke. Or he may spend maybe for 1 beer. And that was it. The old original Rosie's Bar in Greenfield, Ohio is one of the toughest. I mean, that bar was rough. And I can remember when I turned 21, I went in there and got a mug of beer for 75 cents a mug. And that's been back in 2001. You always had to watch your back when you, especially on the Friday and Saturday nights in there, you always had to watch your back every time you turn. Because you didn't know if somebody's going to... I'll tell you what happened to me in the bar one night in there. I walked in, a bunch of my friends had 2 tables put together. So I walked in there that night and I had some money on me. I had probably about $30 on me. But I wasn't going to tell them that. And shoot, I could drink 75-cent mugs all night long if I wanted to. Well, there's like at least 5, 10 of them. They hollered at me, hey Jeff, come here. Because they always like to hang out with me, especially when I'm good, drinking free beers. Because they know I'm causing no trouble. The only time I ever caused any trouble with somebody took a swung or wanted to fight, or they're super drunk and they want to try to fight you. And well, this dude, and I went to school with this girl. This dude was taking advantage of her. Keep buying her shots, and we tried to tell her, don't know. And I was sitting right beside her. I said, he'll go up there and get cut. I looked at her, I said, you need to quit. Stop. She says, what do you mean, Jeff? I said, the dude is taking advantage of you. You need to stop. I said, he's trying to get you drunk for one reason only. Think about it. So I ain't going to do nothing. I said, I ain't going to give, this, that, and the other. I said, I'm telling you. I said, he makes one wrong move on you. I said, it's going to be on. So I went and drank my beer and finished it off, and I went up there and took my glass up there because I saved them to come get the glass. So I took my glass up there and I said, give me another one. Well, everybody knowed me. And the guy behind the bar says, Jeff, your usual, your normal. I said, yeah. So I whipped out $1 and I said, here. Well, I said, here, better yet, here's $1.50, give me 2 of them. And I said, that's why I don't have to keep making trips up here. I'll just drink one, drink my other one. Went back to sit down. Next thing you know, she was standing behind me, like on the other side of me right here. He comes up and smacks her on the hind end. Guess who gets slapped by her? I get slapped. Right across here, right across my face. And it wasn't no light hit, it was a full force hit. And they said, no, it wasn't him, it wasn't Jeff, it was that dude behind you. So I drank that beer, set that one down, and they knew I was mine. I chugged the other one down, set that beer down, got up, looked at him. I said, I'm telling you, your day's coming. Your days are coming. You don't know when, where, how. And I said, let me catch you in here one of these days. And I said, you're going to catch a butt whooping. Well, a couple of days later, she was living in the same apartment complex as my cousin. And I still had that. It was like a couple of days later. I still had that mark on my face. She says, Jeff, she come up to me, she says, are you mad at me? I said, why should I be mad at you? Why? I said, why should I be mad at you? She says, well, I didn't. She says, they finally told me I was there, this happened on a Friday. Well, I wasn't in there Saturday night, but anyway, she says, yeah, they told me what happened. She says, I want to apologize. I said, you ain't the one's got to apologize to me. I said, he's the one's got to apologize to me because she says, do you remember what happened? I said, yeah, and I told her what happened. I said, yeah, I said, you were standing on the other side of me, like behind me, and that's the only thing I could have to do is turn, you was right there. But I said, every time I turned, I said, your butt was right in my face. And I busted out laughing. So, hey, that Slonny stuff's pretty good. I never had Slonny patches. Jose, it's good. Yeah, I got some real stuff, man. Last time I was in the bar, they had this place called Tommy Dogs. I don't know, TX, I couldn't tell you. I never had it. No, the last time I was in the bar, guys, it was the owner's birthday. Boy, was I a treat and half that night. Biggest part of the women walked across the bar. Next thing you know, they went their t-shirts. Next thing you know, they went their bra, and they couldn't go. They was out to do that, but they just couldn't take anything else off. They couldn't take their pants off or anything else. They could take their shirt and bra off. But that was the last time I was in the bar. And I'd done it for me right. It wasn't that. I mean, shoot. No. It was just getting to the point to where it was getting so rowdy, and the guys were getting so worked up that I split. Yes, sir, TX. Yes, sir. I knew this old boy. He's a big old boy. He's. I think he's gone now. I think he's still around. I'm not sure. It's been like 5-6 years since I've seen him. And he's bigger than I am. Got up on that bar barefooted. He took his shirt off and he was up there just dancing with them. Next thing you know, somehow his foot, I don't know if he hit a wet spot on the bar or what, but he slipped. He fell off the bar, and he fell off. Good thing he fell just right. Hey, RD, the bar like that I went to, it was just a regular bar, like you would walk into a regular bar now. But it was just Kurt's birthday, and they all had a little bit of fun, as long as it didn't get out of hand. But Kurt asked me and another guy to be bouncers that night. And he made a deal with us to where, okay, because I split for, I stayed till probably about 11:30. That's when it started getting hot. But he asked me and another guy to be bouncers that night, and he says, boys, I'll make a deal with you. He said, I don't even tell the bartenders. You guys can drink all the alcohol you want, plus I'll pay you guys $50 a piece if you just do it tonight. And I'm like, well, heck yeah. And see all that up there? Yeah, we'll do it. You know, all the alcohol and $50. Groovy. But it got out of hand about 11:30 that night, where it got so bad. Because he normally closes about 2:30 in the morning, about 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. It got so bad about 11:30, 12 o'clock that night that, oh yeah, he had to shut the bar down. He had to shut the bar down that night. It was good, but we knew some of the guys in there that when they get drunk, they want to fight you. Oh, I've been in a few fights in there before, but I usually walk away because usually, exactly, TX. There's one night, well, as a matter of fact, it was the same night. This guy, he was drunk. I mean, he was wasted. He come up, and I was standing back there, because usually one of us stand towards the front door, and another stand back there. There's a hallway that goes down, because you pass the kitchen, and you keep walking. There's the women's bathroom, then the men's bathroom, then the back door. Well, what we did was, I stand at the front door, and he'll go back there where the wall is, because the wall here and the wall here, and then it starts the hall. Well, that's where he stood. That's how we always done it. But if he's having trouble, and he was just a small dude, I mean, don't get me wrong, he can hold his own. You know, I mean, he can hold himself up. I got to give him credit. He was my cousin, but he can hold himself up. I got to give him credit. Where credit's due. But anyways, one night, same night, he says, because usually if he sees me, he'll do this, which means, hey, I got trouble, I need you. Well, I was standing there and I was leaning up against, I mean, the speaker, I mean, from the floor up, I mean, it stood high. You can actually put your elbow up against that speaker and just lean and drink your beer. So I'm sitting there drinking a bottle of Coors Light. Same night, I'm sitting there just drinking it. Or you get in one of them small cups for $1 a cup. So I had this bottle plus 2 other bottles sitting on top of the speaker. So I was sitting there, standing there. Next thing I know, he motions me back there. So I go back. I said, hey, what's up? He says, this guy right here. I said, looked at him. I said, yeah, what about him? He's wanting to start a fight. I said, oh, he wants to, okay. So I looked at him. I said, hey, dude. I said, if you're going to try to start a fight and threaten somebody, you're going to have, I said, you're going to have to go. I said, I'll take you out the back door, front door, don't make no difference to me. Which way you going to go, you're going to go. Oh, I'll take you out there. And he said, I'll take you out there and whip you. And I said, well, by the looks of it, you can't whip a horse's fly right now, and let alone try to whip me. Let alone the horse fly. So I happened to look out of the corner of my eye, and I seen Kurt standing over there. So I told my cousin, I said, keep an eye on him for a minute. So I said, I went over there, I said, Kurt, I said, you see that guy standing over beside Donald? He says, yeah. I said, he's threatening to start a fight, and I said, he's done threatened Donald, now he's threatened me, and I told him, I said, he's going to have to go, and he's refusing. I said, what do you want me to do? And I told him, I said, he had to go, because I said, I'm not going to take that chance for him starting with somebody, and then there'll be an all-out brawl in here right now. And I said, right things going, I said, you got these women up here, and I said, we don't need them to fall and getting hurt. He says, go over and tell him he's got to go. He said, I'll be right behind you. He says, Jeff, don't worry about it. He says, you're not going to be in no trouble. He says, I got you. All right, Kurt, got you. Walked over and I said, buddy, I said, you're going to have to go. The owner says, you got to leave. You got to go. I ain't going. He says, I ain't going. He said, I ain't going. I said, yeah, you are. All right, Tex. You have a good night, buddy. Yeah, RD. He did it because his normal bouncer wouldn't show up. His normal bouncer waited till the last daggone minute, and you're very welcome, Tex. TX, you're very welcome, buddy. Well, his normal bouncer will wait till the last minute and go in there and call off. And that's the night when his birthday party was going on. That's the night he called off because he didn't want to be around all those people in there. And he was a skinny dude because he was afraid if a fight would have broke out, he won't be able to break it up. That's the reason why. So that night, that guy kept threatening, so I snatched him. And I told my cousin Don, I said, watch how I do this. I said, you snatch him from behind. And I said, you push him forward where he can't come back and nudge you with his elbows or anything. I said, if he tries anything, grabbed hold of his pants, where his belt was, grabbed it. And I'm pushing him forward. And so I throwed him out that back door, and Kurt's behind me, and he looked at him. He says, I'm going to bar you for a month. Do not come back into my bar. He says, if I get you in here back in my bar, I will have you arrested. Throwed him out for a month. Because he was trying to run for everybody else to have some fun that night. And he wasn't going to run it. And I was going to make sure it wasn't going to happen. And then when I had about 11:30, the girls got tired and they came down, they got everything back on. And what started that was this guy touched another man's woman that was up there. He went and grabbed her. He grouped her. He grabbed her. And about that time, I was about to talk to Donald for a minute, drinking my beer, and I said, Donald, get ready. We're about ready to have a brawl. We're going to have a fight. And he says, what do you mean? I said, that dude just grabbed that woman's old lady, but I said, he grabbed her behind then, grabbed right here. He says, oh, you got to be kidding me. I said, no. I said, get ready. I had a half a beer here and a full bottle of beer in this other hand, and I went and chugged that one down, set that one down, and I floored that one, took both bottles over there, and I said, Kurt, get ready. He says, well, we're about ready to have a freaking fight here in just a minute. He said, and I explained what happened. He says, oh, snap. About that time, he said that it broke loose. It broke loose, and he says, he looked at me, and I was better. I split. I wasn't scared or nothing. I split for a minute. I couldn't use the bathroom. So I went outside, and there's two buildings right here, and there's like a path goes back, so I went back there and took a leak. Went back in there, and about this time I'm hearing Kurt, I'm shutting it down. That's one thing you hear Kurt say. He looked at me and he says, start getting everybody out of here. Well, about this time, here's the Greenfield Police Department sitting outside. They're sitting out front, and one's sitting in the alley, one's sitting across the street. So there's about 3 cruisers. And I'm thinking, oh, snap. And I went back in, I'm taking people out. Some of them, and I looked at a good buddy of mine that my dad was running around with their dad, so I looked at them, I said, can you guys just help me get some of these people out of here? I said, there's no way Donald could do it. I said, I'm having trouble. He says, no problems, Jeff. I'll help you. And I went over by the time I got a couple people out. I went over and told Kurt, I said, Kurt, there's 3 cruisers sitting outside. And he says, do what? And I said, there's 3 cruisers sitting outside. There's one sitting out front and one sitting across the street front of the post office. And I said, there's one sitting right here in the alley. He says, oh, you got to be kidding me. I said, no. So we got everybody out of the bar. Everybody. Except for me, Donald, Kurt, and the bartenders. Well, about this time, we locked the doors. And they told us to lock the back door. Once you get the last couple people out, lock up back door. So we did. And one of them locked the front door. Well, next thing you know, we got everything cleaned up. It only took about 15-20 minutes cleaning up. Well, so we were sitting around, Kurt paid us. Well, we really didn't have enough time to drink really any beer. Well, I mean, we was drinking, but we didn't have enough time because we was busy watching everybody. And he told me and Donald, he says, boys, sit down at the bar. And he says, and they had chairs behind the bar too. So we was sitting at the bar, Kurt and the bartenders, we was all sitting around. He says, here, boys, he says, you guys can drink what you want, anything you want, it's on the house. He says, I'm sorry it cut short tonight. I said, hey, things happen. Next thing you know, we heard a knock at the door. Kurt says, oh, he says, that's probably somebody trying to come in. And I looked, and I said, no, I said, it's one of the cops. He says, oh, snap. He says, I wonder what they're wanting. He says, Jeff, go let him in. So I let him in. And they says, what happened? You're closed off already. We seen what happened. What happened, Kurt? And he says, well, he says, I didn't see what happened, but he said, I'd rather let Jeff tell you. So I told him, I said, man, I said, everything was cool. Everything was fine. I said, this girl was, I didn't tell him that they was up on the bar because he could have got in trouble for it. In a way, he could have got in trouble for it. If I was there, I was about sad. I said, this girl was just in her cleavage area and just in her shirt and everything. And I said, she wasn't bothering nobody, wasn't hurting nobody. And I said, next thing you know, this guy goes up and he grabs her. He gropes her. He grabs her hind end and grabs her cleavage area at the same time. And I said, that's what started the fight. And it was about ready to break out. Said it broke out. And I said, we was trying to get everybody out. And I said, Kurt just closed the bar down for the rest of the night. So here we are. Cops are okay. He says, I've been told that, and then what he said was, almost got in some trouble. He says, well, I've been told there was girls dancing up on the bar half naked. Nah. Whoever told you that? Kurt spoke up, nah. Whoever told you that told you a lie. He says, I can't have that here. He says, I have to have a license for it. Hey, Billy Piper. So, just for luck, Kurt, he saved my hind end on that one. Because you have to have a certain license for, something like that to happen. So, here it is about 10 minutes to midnight. Kurt says, you boys want to hang out until probably about 1:30 or so, 2 o'clock. Yeah, why? What's up? He says, well, you guys know we still got time for me between now and 2:30 to close this bar up, right? Yeah. He says, you guys want to stick around and party a little bit? Well, yeah. Yeah, we'll party. Because we can have any type of whiskey we wanted, any type of beer we wanted, anything. Now I told Kurt, I said, if I happen to pass out on your floor, about ready to pass out, stick me somewhere. Would you? But thank God my bar days are over with. The partying's over with. I'm at the age now that I might drink maybe 1 or 2 beers, maybe 3 beers every so often. I might drink, I'll get those little bottles of Fireball. Whatever. But other than that, I know a lot of people that I used to bar run with, they don't even go to the bars anymore. Most of them even quit drinking. altogether. One of my good friends, I hated, I didn't hate him. It's just the only problem I had with him was every time he got drunk, he gets mouthy and thinks he's cock at the walk and wants to fight everybody. You know, that's the only trouble I had with him. But now he don't even drink anymore. Hey guys, I'm gonna be right back. I'll shut this light off. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna get me a cup of coffee and stuff. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, RD, that's correct. Yeah, my dad. Yeah, my dad, when he drank, he quit in 1989. And the reason why he quit in 1989 is this. Him and the guy he used to run around and work with went down to Bainbridge High, and there's a bar down there called the Paint Valley Bar. Well, they was down there, and Don's wife Pat come in there and told Don, he says, you're going to get now Rick come home. She looked right straight there to my dad and says, you're going to have to find yourself a way home. Okay, from Greenfield to Bainbridge, it's like, it'll take you about 25-30 minutes to get there. And Dad says, I'll be doggone. He says, he's the one that brought me down here, and by God, he's going to take me home. Well, I won't forget this. Pull up front of the house, and Mom kind of looked at me and says, well, your dad's home awful early. I wonder what's going on. Well, my dad was drunk, but not drunk. He was drunk. He come in the house, and I won't forget, I watched him. He got out, popped a can of beer, opened up, drunk, took one big drink of it, took the rest of it, threw it back in his record, and told him, get out of here. Dad walks in. He was drunk. I mean, he could talk. He says, he told my mom, he says, Margaret, he said, I got to go over there tomorrow. He says, he don't know this yet, but I quit drinking. He said, I'm not going to be around him anymore. But he said, you keep your mouth shut. He says, I want to go over there. He said, I got to go over and pick up a Nissan, Toyota Nissan, the old blue truck, 5-speed. He says, I'm going to be goody-goody with him until I get that truck. And then after I get that truck, he says, I'm done with him. Mom says, oh, Clarence, you're just talking, you're drunk. And he says, Margaret, he says, I mean it this time. He says, I am done. And I went, Well, something must have happened. Well, Mom was trying to get what was going on. He says, wait till tomorrow. And he says, and I'll tell you. But he says, wait till I get the truck first. So we go over there, Dad gets the truck, Dad drives the truck back over to the house. Well, he asked Don for a truck tag, but it was going to be a Fisher's truck tags. And it was only a couple blocks away, but he wanted one for the front and one for the back. So he wouldn't get pulled over. So, got the truck over. He looked at me and he says, Jeff, he says, you know how to get back over, don't you? I said, yeah. He says, go out there and take those plates off that truck and take them over. Or he says, no, wait a minute. He looked at my mom. He says, Margaret, take him over. He says, I just don't want something to happen to him. He said, I know how Don is, and he'll get over and try to get him drinking beer and stuff. And he said, I don't want him drinking alcohol. So, took the plates off, Mom run me over there, and well, one of the guys, Clifford Coconut, was out there, and he was trying to get me a drink of beer, and I said, Cliff, I can't touch that. Well, my mom heard him. Well, my mom heard me telling him. And Mom looked down and says, Cliff, don't you dare give that boy any that beer. He told you. Well, I had the plates in my hand, and Cliff said, well, we dumped them plates. I said, don't worry about it. I was probably about 9 out of time. By that time, Don heard me. He comes around. He says, Jeff, what's up? I said, Dad, want me to drop these off to you? He said, oh, where's he at? I said, he's over at the house. Well, tell him to get his butt over here. I'll come over and get him here in a little bit. And I said, I didn't say nothing. Well, got back over to the house, and I told Dad what happened. I said, Don said he's coming over here. He's going to call him and come over. Dad says, the heck he ain't. He says, I dare him to come over here. Well, it went on for about a week. About every day or every other day, he's calling Dad up. And I'll answer the phone. It was during the summertime, we was out of school. And I said, Dad, it's Don on the phone. He's wanting you. So, but I had my hand over the receiver part where he couldn't hear me. Dad says, just tell him I'm going. He says, just make something up. I said, all right. I said, Dad's not here at the moment. I said, Mom is, but Dad's going. I said, I don't worry. I said, him and Uncle Tom went somewhere. Well, went on. Dad quit. Finally, Don gave up. And by God, it wasn't long my dad had to go to the hospital. He contracted emphysema and chronic bronchitis after he quit. It wasn't even a month. Mom had a 6-pack of beer sitting in the refrigerator, and that beer sat there for almost 2.5, 3 months. I never touched it. Even when he got out of the hospital, didn't even touch it. Well, then years later, oh, I was probably about 19, 20. This is where I started running the bars. I was over fishing at the Paint Creek, and this guy come up to me. First, I didn't recognize him, because it's been years since I've seen him. It was old man Don. He says, Jeff, how you doing? I'm thinking, who are you? Got talking. And I looked at him. I said, are you Don Pryor? He says, yeah. I said, my God, man, I haven't seen you in years. I said, what's up? Oh, not much. He says, I may not be around too much longer. And I said, what are you talking about? Now, I thought he might. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way he's going to move out of Higginsville. He's lived there most majority of his life. I'm thinking, what do you think? That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm thinking, well, he's moving out of Higginsville. I'm thinking, well, I wonder what's up. I don't know if the kind that got on to him by his cars, junk cars, but anyways, he says, well, I got stomach cancer, Jeff, and he says, I may not be around too much longer. He says, how's your dad doing? I said, oh, he's doing all right. I said, he's got the emphysema. Thanks, Jose. But he said, he asked me, he says, Jeff says, how's your dad doing? I said, well, he's doing all right. I said, he's got his good days and bad days. I said, if it's hot outside, and I said, now if it's nice and cool, it's a cool day. All right, Jose, have a good one, buddy. So, I say he's got his good days and bad days. But anyways, he says, well, would your dad mind if I come over and see him? Or call him on the phone? Night, Patches. But anyways, he looked at him and looked at me and he says, well, do you mind if I come over and see your dad? I said, well, maybe. And maybe not. I said, he says, well, what do you mean? Night, Patches. Well, I said, he says, well, he asked me, he says, I wonder what your dad was mad at me for. And what I said, well, I said, I tell you the truth, Don, I said, because his wife, Pat, just passed away. I said, well, Don, I said, of all the bullcrap. And I said, you know, I said, you really want to know what the truth is, Don? I said, you really want to know what pissed Dad off that night, that day that you brought him home from the Pain Valley bar? It's all because the Pat come in and told you you had to go home and he had to find his own way home. I said, that's why. I said, that's the only thing I know, and that's the only thing that I said. I said, that's other than that, I didn't know if you had to be home because she didn't want you down that far and or whatever. I don't know. But I said, let me talk to him. I said, I got your number. I said, I know where you live. I said, if he wants you over, I'll come over and get you. Or I'll come over and tell you. So I went home, reeled my line in. He was sitting there by himself in his pickup truck, didn't have his record. I was about to stop the car and go over and talk to him. I'm thinking, nah, better not. So I went home. I said, Dad, I said, you ain't gonna believe who I ran into over at Pain Creek boat boat ramps over at the ramps. And Dad knew where I was talking about. He says, who? I said, he walked right straight up to me and says, hi, Jeff, how you doing? It took me a minute to figure it out. He says, well, who was I? Said, Don Pryor. Old man Don. He says, really? I said, yeah. I said, we got to talking. And I said, he told me that, he said he may not be around too much longer. And I said, Dad, at first I thought that something might have happened over the county, or the county got on to him. He probably had to move or whatever. And I said, Dad, I said, you ain't gonna believe this. He's got stomach cancer. He says, do what? I said, that's what he was telling me, Dad. I said, he told me he quit the drinking and everything because he had the stomach cancer. And I said, I don't believe that more so than, I said, I could believe the stomach cancer, but I said, him to quit the drinking. I said, he asked me if he can come over to see you. And I said, I could. I said, yeah, maybe, maybe not. I said, I couldn't vouch for you because you wasn't there. And I said, and I told him, I said, if Dad did tell you to come over, he'll probably tell you to come over, but don't bring the alcohol. Don't bring no beer over. And then I said, Dad, I told him the truth because he asked me why he was mad at him. And I told him because the day that Pat came down there to the bar. He says, yeah, he says, I was part of it, but he says, there's other stuff that happened. He says, I don't want to talk about it, but he says, yeah, that's part of it. And I told Dad, I said, you need to make ends meet. Just make ends with him. That's it. Just, come on, Dad, you've been around him practically as far as I can remember. Or longer. I said, come on, Dad. And I said, that's a friend. But even though, yeah, he did some stupid, crazy stuff, and I said, you did too. You did too, Dad. I said, don't sit there and say that you didn't. He says, well, I'll think about it. I said, well, don't think too long, because the way I said, Daddy, I said, he ain't looking too good. I said, Don may not be around too much longer, Dad. I said, you need to make ends meet, you know, say, hey, man, I'm sorry, you know. And it wasn't long after that. It wasn't too long, I say, probably not even a year, he passes away. And, but when he passed away, I found out. Well, I went over, because I heard from 2 or 3 different people. Well, I went over and I seen the boys, Mike and Donnie and them. And Jesse. Well, I asked them, I said, did your dad pass away? Donnie looks at me and he says, yeah, Jeff, he did. He says, why you ask? I said, well, I've heard from, I was uptown, and I said, I kind of heard 2 or 3 people talking about it, and he was telling me, but I said, I want to make 100% sure. Because I said, you know how these people are in this town. They'll hear something and then they'll spread it and they need the truth. Yeah, Jeff. Says, we know how people are. Well, I said, I'll let Dad know about it. So I walked in Dad's house, and Dad looked at me, and he says, Jeff, he says, what's the trouble? I said, well, I just got word, and I said, I went over and asked Mike Pryor and Donnie and them. I said, old man Don passed away. He says, do what? I said, yeah. I said, do you remember me telling you that he didn't have much longer? He says, Dad finally come out, and he says, well, Jeff, he says, I really wasn't going to say nothing, but he says, he said, I did, in a way, after I quit, he says, I did have a talk with Don. He said, I tried to get him to quit drinking. But he said he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't listen. He says, I hate to hear that, he says, even though we was at odds, but he said, I don't wish death on nobody. He says, but we was at odds. Because my dad was the type of person too that, he'll give a shirt off his back. But he was the type of person too that if you screw him over once or too many times, he's gonna be done with you. And that day down there at that bar was the last straw that broke the camel's back with my dad, with him. So, my dad will be the type of person, he won't hold a grudge again. He'll speak to you, he'll talk to you, but as far as being friends and trusting you, trust you and being friends with you, that's out. That's out. That's went out the window. And I'm the same way. If you screw me over, shock me, whatever, I'll still speak to you, say hi, how you doing? Doing alright, But that's as far as the conversation will ever go with anybody, I had to learn the hard way from some people. And my dad tried to put it through my hard head, but is anybody still on? RD, are you still on? Cyrus? Okay, I just want to make sure because my little thing up here is not showing me the numbers, so that's why I was kind of asking. But I'm just trying to give you my experience, what I've been through, and where I've been, and what happened in my life, because a lot of people don't know what happened in my life, and the position I'm in now, and where I'm at. Same here too, RD. My internet goes in and out. If I move my phone now towards the door or towards my bathroom, I can lose you guys. Now, as long as I'm here at my desk or my chair or something, I'm good. But yeah, a friend of mine, speaking of that RD, a friend of mine was talking to me earlier, and she's about the same age as my friend, because a friend of mine went to school with my mom. They grew up together, so if my mom was still living, she would have turned 76, 75, 76, so they're all around the same age. Well, she was telling me that a classmate, oh, you're fine, hillbilly. She was telling me tonight that her classmate, and she went to school with my mom too, and she was explaining to me who she was. And this is sad, that her ex-husband kids drove her to drinking. And I believe drinking the beer in moderation. You know, if you got and it's a good thing to drink a beer at night before you go to bed because it flushes your kidneys out the next morning. I believe that. But when you get excessive to the point of getting drunk, now I know tomorrow my neighbor, he's gonna be drunk tomorrow, and I ain't gonna be around tomorrow, thank goodness. Because, you know, he's and he don't remember nothing. If he drinks tomorrow, gets drunk, you go over and ask him Friday what happened today. He ain't gonna remember it. He can't tell you what happened. I can. I drink maybe 3 beers, tall boys or something, and I'll get that little buzz going where I'm feeling it. I stop. You know, I tried telling him, man, you let up. That's how he got the stroke the first time, is because he was in the bar, got drunk, and had a stroke right there in the bar. And now he's at the point now where he can't hardly walk. And I told him here the other day, man, you need to lay it up. I said, you're putting all that alcohol in your system, but you're not drinking no water or nothing behind it. I said, you drink so fast to get drunk so fast. He reminds me of a friend of mine that he drinks like after 1 or 2 beers he'll start drinking like water, and the reason why he drinks fast because if somebody like me say I'm over there, he's afraid he's not gonna get another beer. You know. So now I haven't heard him. I may step into his room now for a couple minutes and I'm back out. I don't go over to party hardy, and you know, it's just to the point where now he started asking me for stuff, which I told him, I said, man, you know I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I cannot afford to give you this, that, and the other. I said, you need to learn how to manage your money. Yeah, RD, I better get mine checked out too while I'm at it. I better get cirrhosis of the liver. Oh, now, and I'm not confessing this, guys. Like I said, I don't wish death on nobody. But everybody knows it out here. They're gonna find him deader than a rock over there one of these days. They're gonna find he takes heart medications. Okay, and he'll drink a beer on top of it, and it's gonna. And I. There you go, RD. The 6-pack ain't see like that there 6-pack or something. Hey, I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's just like I gotta go do a job today, and Friday. A friend of mine wants me to go to a Good Friday service, so I'm not going to be doing no drinking tomorrow. Well, Friday. Saturday, I'm I might pick up 2-3 packs up for Saturday night for a live stream. Excuse me, but it'll be in the cup. And if you now sometimes if you see my previous videos, guys, you might see me with the Bud Ice or something in the can, and usually I usually don't do that, but I always pour mine in a cup. Because, you know, I did out of respect. The only thing I might have my cup here and I say I'm drinking adult beverage. And pretty much everybody knows what adult beverage is. So, I mean, you know, I'll do that and sit here and drink a couple and smoke a pipe or smoke a cigar and shoot the breeze. And I couldn't figure out why Kane Rod Piper and the Pipe Nook didn't do their lives earlier tonight. Because usually Kane Rod does his after about 8 o'clock or so. 8:30, between 8 and 8:30 he does his live stream. Didn't see him on. Eddie Gray does his around 7 or so. 6 or 7. Because he don't want to interrupt with Kane Rod's live. So I have no idea what's going on with that. But I hope everything's alright and well with them two. And everything too this Easter week too, and you know, and everything. So usually sometimes guys don't do. Maybe I'm wrong, you know. Yeah, but a 6-pack, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Memphis Mafia did one, and also Donald Hughes did one before that. And I think that's the reason why the Memphis Mafia did one earlier tonight, because usually Kane Rod does his about, I say, around 8:30 or so. And then, like I said, the Pipe Nook, Eddie, Hillbilly, there's a guy here on YouTube. I forget his name, but he does whiskey reviews. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. Oh, I'll tell you another thing too, Hillbilly. When you upload a video, I agree, RD. When you make your videos, Hillbilly, before you do it upload, scroll down where it says it's not made for kids. Okay, go to the events part and click for viewers over 18. Make sure you do that, because if not, they can get you. That's the reason why I always pour my that's why I always pour my beer in the glass, and I always say I'm drinking adult beverage. That kind of covers me too, so that's why they can't say this, that, and the other. And there's a lot of there's some on YouTube here in the YTPC is quit because of that, because it's getting to the point where it's censored. No problem here, bro. Just make sure that it's not made for kids, and go down to where it says advanced. Click on that and make sure you click for viewers over 18. I do it all the time when I do my videos, and I double check to make sure. That's why they can't come back and flag me. It's getting to the point where it's getting censorship, and there's a lot of them just quit and went to Instagram, or they went over to another site. Reddit is one of them, and there's another one too. It's a funny name. I think it starts with the V. Because there's just some now that just makes videos every now and then. They don't make the regular videos like they used to. Now me, I've been doing more lives. Yeah, some way if you, yeah. But see, I already got mine set up to where it's okay. And just like me, I used to make videos 2, 3 times, 4 times a week. Now I've been doing more lives, and then now I'm doing the Friday Bulldog edition. Then I might make 2 or 3, maybe 2 videos besides this a week. Because you just don't know what's going to happen from one minute to the next. You know, and it's sad. And people, and there's a lot of people that I've known in the last 5 years. Now, they may come on maybe 3, maybe 4 times a year, or once every full blue moon to make a video. Because reason why is because pretty much what I got, pretty much out here, Billy. Because there's already videos out on how to smoke a pipe, how to pack a pipe. There's already videos on reviews. There's videos on how to do, what not to do videos with the pipe. So pretty much everything's covered. Now, like me, if there's already been a review out on a certain blend, and I've got it and I never reviewed it before, then I'm not going to review it because it's already been reviewed. You know, it's because there's one was kind of, I wouldn't say harping about it, but you know, now I'll do my Yabo videos if I get a Yabo in or something, but I always ask the previous party, whoever sends it to me, if it's okay for me to do it. If not, if they don't want me to make a Yabo or make a video on it, I won't do it. Just like Cyrus, when I got the Yabo today, I asked first for it, it was okay. Well, I asked ahead of time. I didn't ask today, but I asked ahead of time if it was alright. But other than that, you know. But if there's a certain technique, like cleaning your pipes or something that you normally, and you don't see any other video on it, say like this pipe here, if you got a certain technique of cleaning it, and a certain technique to use, then yeah, make a video of it, because it may help somebody out, especially the newbies. You know, that's the reason why I have made no videos on how to clean your pipe, or how to pack, how to light, my technique, because it's already, some people use the 3-letter method, the handshake of a baby, and the handshake of a woman, and the handshake of a man, and then there's the Frank method, there's the sprinkle method, there's so many methods out there, but you have to find your own method. That's the thing, you got to find your own method when you pack your pipe. Because everybody, hey hillbilly, you're not a pain, brother. That's how you learn, is ask questions. I had to. That's how I learned. You know, that's how I learned to do videos. You know how to do certain things. You know. But everybody's palates are different. Yeah, you may very seldom find somebody's got the same palate. You might like the same thing. It's like Dan. Like me and Dan, we like the Haunted Bookshop. And it's just like me and Dan, we really don't like cherry blends. Just like Captain Black Cherry, it tastes like cough syrup. That taste does taste like cough syrup. Exactly, RD. You always learn every day. I've been smoking pipes off and on for 10 years, and I've been steady smoking pipes for the last 5 years. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. You're never too old to learn anything. Just like packing this pipe. I may pack my pipe different than the way you pack your pipe, hillbilly. And RD may pack his pipe different than the both of us. So everybody's got a different way of packing the pipe. It's better for them to smoke that pipe. I may pack this pipe different than I would. How can I put it? I can pack this pipe different than my Peterson pipe. I may pack this pipe different, pack my Molina pipe different than any other pipe. Every pipe that you got may, but in about way you may have that same technique, but every pipe is going to be packed different on the size of the chamber. The chamber's inside here. Now my Savinelli, I've learned I can't pack it the same way I pack this pipe. Especially if it's flakes. Oh yes, RD. Oh yes, Dan just loves the cherry blends. Exactly. There you go, hillbilly. Exactly. Each pipe is going to pack different. You may have the same method of packing. It depends upon how big your chamber is. This is a small chamber. I got several medium chambers, but see this one right here. See, this one right here is almost the same as my Savinelli, but it's a little different because my Savinelli is a square panel. Here, let me get that pipe real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I can just keep my big butt back. Oh. Yeah, that's my TV back there, guys. I don't need what's on. Here, Billy, this is my Savinelli Oscar 506 panel. It's got the pretty much identical bowl to my Medico, but this one packs different than this one. Now this right here, I cannot pocket too tight. Now you want a big bowl? I'll show you a big bowl. I've showed this pipe before. This is my potpourri pipe. You see my finger in there? You see how much of a gap there is? And I got my finger in the middle. Now this right here, the 506, that's just a Savinelli 506. It's an Oscar. Yeah, that's the first pipe I ever smoked there, Hillbilly, for being a panel. But you have to learn how to pack out them just right, because this time, and I'm still learning on that one, packing it. But this pipe here, I have never found the right blend for this pipe yet. Hey, RD, just go. If you're like wanting a gray bow or something like that, if you got your local shops, like where you live, is to sell Dr. Gray bows, whatever, go in there and see if they got like the Omega or whatever pipe there is. Let me see if I can find my book. There it is. Found my book. Now I can pretty much tell you I'm looking in my pipe and cigar book real quick, guys. I'm not too much of a big bowl guy, to tell you the truth. I really ain't. Now I know the gray bows are in here. I just seen them here the other day. Yeah, if I just want to there, smooth it right there. Now if I want a long smoke, this be it. This about an hour and 10, hour 20 minute smoke. It's just, it's a nice pipe. Very good pipes right here. I think the Omega or the Lark is probably what you want nowadays. This one right here looks like it's got gator skin on it. That's what it feels like. But it's, you know, it's flat here. All this is flat, as you can tell. It's like an oval shank. I had this pipe here. Yeah, just try that RD and see, and let me tell you about those gray bows too. There, you might get a kind of a, if you buy it new, I've learned this. You might get a little bit of a weird odd taste after maybe 3 or 4 bowls. If you just smoked up like a lot of kill blend, if you just smoked a lot of kill only in that, maybe after 3 or 4 bowls or so, you'll be alright. Now, only one new pipe that I got in my rack, and I'll show you real quick. I'll be right back. Actually, I got 2 new pipes that's in there. Well, they ain't new now, but I'll show it to you. Here's my Peterson 999 Bulldog, in which it is a 9 mil. Smokes Virginius like no other. Now here's the newest one that I won in Garbage Man Piper's Gall. It is a Molina made in Italy, and which I got to sit down sometime, probably this weekend, clean them up again. But it's also a 9 mil, in which this here smoked my vapors. Now, see if I can find it real fast. I'll show you. There's an adapter that goes to that. Not matter. I'll find it here's later, guys, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But them are my two newest ones. For my thing. Yeah, that'd be a good thing, RD. Just try it for my box cutter. Put a brand new blade in. I'll throw that away here for safety reasons. For safety reasons, guys, I'll put in my thing here. Yeah, just try that. Try the different bowls for different blends, guys. You might never know. Funny part about it is, even though these are 9 mils, this one here can smoke Virginias. It's got like Virginia, Perique, not Perique, but Light-Kill, whatever in them. Fine. This one here smokes the Virginia Periques. Perfect. Lightweight. Easy to clench. This is lightweight. Easy to clench. I like to have vents. If you notice that this one here is shorter than this one. So Well, guys, I'm going to end this stream. I got to be up here in a couple hours, so. Plus, I got to charge the phone up and everything. I'm glad that you guys hung out. Glad you guys showed up. Glad you guys supporting the channel. I appreciate you all. I really do. This is the Hod Piper. Keep them lit. Keep the embers burning. And you all take care out there.